What really is will and desires? Are we just slaves of our flesh, or are we the ones in control? Today, we explore the profound and often unsettling philosophy of Arthur Schopenhauer, a thinker who dared to confront the harsh realities of life with unflinching honesty. Schopenhauer believed that life, at its core, is defined by suffering, a constant struggle driven by an insatiable force he called the will. But within his pessimism lies a roadmap, not just for understanding our plight, but for transcending it. Let's unravel three of Schopenhauer's most impactful ideas: the will as the source of suffering, the endless cycle of desire, and the path to liberation through denying the will. To understand Schopenhauer's philosophy, we must first grasp his concept of the will. This idea is central to his entire worldview and forms the foundation of his thoughts on human existence and suffering. For Schopenhauer, the will is not merely our personal desires or ambitions, but a universal, blind, and irrational force that underlies all existence. It is an omnipresent energy that drives everything in the universe, from the smallest particle to the largest celestial body. Imagine a force that drives every living being, not just humans, but animals, plants, and even the physical universe itself. This force is relentless and unyielding, pushing all forms of life to strive and struggle. This will compels all things to strive, to struggle, and to perpetuate themselves. It is the reason why a plant breaks through the soil, why animals fight for survival, and why humans pursue their goals with such fervor. However, this force does not operate with a purpose or higher meaning. It is not guided by any moral compass or ultimate goal. It simply exists, driving everything forward in a chaotic and often destructive manner. It is blind, insatiable, and indifferent to the suffering it causes. The will does not care about the pain and hardship it inflicts on living beings. It is an unstoppable force that knows no bounds. As human beings, we experience the will as an unending torrent of desires, hunger, ambition, lust, and countless others that compel us to act. These desires are never fully satisfied, always leaving us wanting more. Yet fulfilling these desires rarely brings lasting satisfaction. The moment we achieve one goal, another desire takes its place, creating a never-ending cycle of pursuit and discontent. Instead, it only reinforces the will's grip on us, perpetuating a cycle of longing and frustration. We find ourselves trapped in an endless loop, always chasing after something that remains just out of reach. Schopenhauer believed that this ceaseless striving is the root of all human suffering. Our constant desires and the relentless pursuit of their fulfillment lead to a life filled with pain and dissatisfaction. Whether we chase material wealth, love, or success, the will ensures that we remain restless, always yearning for more. No matter how much we achieve, the will keeps us in a state of perpetual dissatisfaction. In his own words, all life is suffering. This stark statement encapsulates Schopenhauer's view that the very essence of life is intertwined with suffering and struggle. It is a stark and sobering view, but it's one that cuts to the core of human experience. By understanding the nature of the will, we can begin to comprehend the profound depths of human suffering and the relentless force that drives us all. Building on this, Schopenhauer described life as an endless cycle of desire, a perpetual motion that never ceases. When we achieve one goal, another immediately takes its place, like climbing a mountain only to find another peak waiting beyond the horizon. Consider this. How often have you thought, if only I had this one thing, I'd be happy? We often believe that acquiring something new will bring lasting happiness. Yet once you get it, a new job, a relationship, or even material possessions, how long does the satisfaction truly last? The joy is often fleeting, and soon we find ourselves yearning for something else. Schopenhauer compared this phenomenon to a pendulum swinging between two extremes, pain and boredom. The pendulum never stops, always moving from one side to the other. Pain is the state of wanting, of striving for something we lack. It is the discomfort we feel when we desire something that is out of our reach. Boredom, on the other hand, is the emptiness we feel once that want is temporarily fulfilled. It is the void that appears when we no longer have a goal to strive for. The will ensures we rarely rest at equilibrium. It keeps us moving from one desire to the next, like gears in perpetual motion, never allowing us to find true contentment. This concept feels particularly relevant in today's fast-paced modern world. Consider the constant drive for more success, more material wealth, more social validation. The moment we attain one goal, we immediately set our sights on the next, as if the pursuit itself is never-ending. Schopenhauer's observation resonates profoundly here. The will, this inner drive that fuels our desires, traps us in a perpetual loop of longing and striving. This constant chase for more not only keeps us from enjoying the present, but also prevents us from ever reaching a state of true peace or fulfillment. Instead of leading us to lasting contentment, the will ensures that we are always dissatisfied, forever chasing something just beyond our grasp. Every day we are bombarded by the pressures of advertising, the influence of social media, and a culture that thrives on consumerism, all of which perpetuate this cycle of unrelenting desire. It seems that no matter how much we accumulate, whether it's in terms of achievements, possessions, or recognition, the satisfaction we feel from these things is often short-lived. Yet the more we achieve, the more fleeting our contentment becomes. Each new success brings only a brief moment of joy before we start longing for the next achievement. Schopenhauer's insight is clear. The will traps us in a treadmill of desire, preventing us from ever finding true peace. We are like hamsters on a wheel, running endlessly but never truly getting anywhere. Given the relentless nature of the will, how can we ever hope to escape its grasp? This question has puzzled philosophers and thinkers for centuries, as the will seems to be an inescapable part of our human experience. It drives us, motivates us, and yet it also binds us in a cycle of endless desires and suffering. Schopenhauer believed the answer lies in denying the will itself. He proposed that by understanding the nature of the will and recognizing its influence over us, we can begin to take steps to diminish its power. This means stepping away from the endless pursuit of desires and embracing a state of detachment and self-denial. It involves a conscious effort to distance ourselves from the things that typically drive our actions and emotions. This idea has strong parallels with the teachings of Buddhism and Hinduism, which Schopenhauer admired deeply. Both of these spiritual traditions emphasize the importance of overcoming desires to achieve a higher state of being. Just as Buddhist monks renounce material and emotional attachments to achieve enlightenment, they practice a disciplined lifestyle that focuses on inner peace and spiritual growth. Schopenhauer argued that we too must suppress the will to escape suffering. This suppression is not about denying life itself, but about transforming our relationship with our desires. But what does this denial look like in practice? How do we go about changing such a fundamental part of our nature? For Schopenhauer, it involved asceticism, a disciplined life that rejects indulgence and embraces simplicity. This means living with fewer possessions, avoiding excessive pleasures, and focusing on inner development. He also emphasized the power of art and beauty. Engaging with art allows us to experience moments of transcendence where we are lifted out of our everyday concerns and into a realm of pure aesthetic appreciation. When we lose ourselves in a great piece of music, a painting, or even the natural world, we momentarily transcend the will. These experiences provide a glimpse into a state of being that is free from the constant demands of our desires. In these moments of pure aesthetic experience, we step outside the cycle of desire and suffering. We find a sense of peace and contentment that is not dependent on external circumstances. In these moments of pure aesthetic experience, we step outside the cycle of desire and suffering. We find a sense of peace and contentment that is not dependent on external circumstances. However, Schopenhauer cautioned that achieving complete freedom from the will is an undertaking of immense difficulty, requiring a transformative change in how we perceive life and our place within it. This process involves breaking away from the relentless, ego-driven pursuit of desires that often dominate human existence. Instead, it demands cultivating a deeper sense of compassion for others, fostering a profound understanding of life's nature, and embracing a state of inner tranquility. Such a shift is neither simple nor easily attainable, as it challenges the very core of our instincts and habitual ways of living. Yet for those who undertake this arduous journey, it holds the promise of genuine peace, a state of being liberated from the insatiable cravings and ceaseless striving imposed by the will. This freedom offers not only relief from suffering, but also a glimpse into a more harmonious and serene existence, unburdened by the endless demands that otherwise dictate human life. While challenging, this path offers the possibility of true peace, a state of being unshackled from the will's endless demands. It is a journey toward a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us, leading to a more fulfilling and serene existence. Schopenhauer's philosophy is not an easy pill to swallow. His ideas force us to confront the harsh realities of existence, the suffering that arises from our endless desires and the will that drives them. Yet within this bleakness lies a profound wisdom. By understanding the nature of our suffering, we can begin to transcend it. If you found this exploration of Schopenhauer's teachings thought-provoking, imagine what else awaits in the hidden void. There's so much more to uncover about the human condition, the mysteries of existence, and the paths to understanding it all. Subscribe for more and join me as we continue to delve into the void where the deepest truths reside.